All right, folks. How's everybody doing today? This Friday afternoon inside our live trading room and back on social media here for our afternoon meeting, rounding third on the way home here, heading into this Mother's Day weekend once more, as I said earlier, and even from yesterday, across my T's, dot my I's there. Happy Mother's Day to all of the great ladies of our trading room, all of the mothers, grandmothers at that here at Cyber Trading University, and across the world, of course, if you're just joining us on social media as well. Great to see Leda with us here. We had Bill earlier, whose birthday also actually falls on Mother's Day this year. So happy birthday as well to one of our students, Bill. We had Barbara before as well, Kathleen. Great to see them, of course. And great to have all of us otherwise. Great to have Lee, Fred, Al. Actually, from before, I'm actually just jumping around the participant list, actually. So I got Wendy as well. I had Ravina earlier. I saw in and out the trading room as well. And who else? Any of the fine ladies of our trading room here. Margaret. We have, I said Barbara earlier. We have Barb E. We got Kathleen, Laureen as well. And then if I did not shout you out, my apologies. But with that said, LIDR here, at least heading into the afternoon, moving up pretty nice, up near 100% once again. I'll tell you what, the market's gone nowhere today, right? But this has been, honestly, the best trading day of the whole week. This has been incredible from top to bottom. And once again, this LIDR just joins the bunch. We did so well earlier today, pre-market, then into the first hour at least. It was much better than yesterday, that's for sure. So LIDR is still holding here. I'm going to put this on our watch list at least to begin. I'll tell you what, normally this past week I've been telling you I've been a bit handicapped, a couple of broken fingers as I've been loosely describing it as. I actually can't write now with this hand, so we're going to go righty here this time. It's going to be a really sloppy watch list. You can't see it at least, but LIDR we're going to put on our list to begin. Resistance up ahead off at 250. Ended up basically false breaking it earlier, so you would assume for that to still be resistance up top. If anything, though, I mean, I saw this earlier. We were calling it out right off of 225, basically that neckline to the head and shoulders earlier today. You'd want to see that hold as support coming up. All right, so LIDR on our list. Market's gone nowhere, though, so at least that will make it easier for us to just go right from top to bottom. Again, we did pretty fine earlier today. It was a really good Friday, at least at that. So, we'll see if anything else is still moving. The NVAC stock, we were hopeful to see this make at least a bounce earlier. And just before it, I just went break even on it. It just went absolutely nowhere. It held above my support line here, but it just has gone nowhere. And if it's not going to break higher, there's only one other way the thing's going to go, right? So, you're kind of hoping, if anything, you're like just praying and hoping that this can make a pop up for you at this point. It's exhausted. This was like one of the best trades that we've seen really. I mean, across May, even if you're counting April too, this NVAC squeeze early in the morning from 6 up to 14. Oh, man, this was good. So, yeah, for the time being, we'll pass on the NVACs. We'll come back to it next week, Monday. All right. But what else could join the bunch, though, here? What else could join LIDR? Maybe this ITOS popped up earlier today. I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. I could be wrong on this, but I get like the feel this could be like a buyout. Is this a buyout? ITOS. I didn't check the news before this, I swear. Hand up right now. You don't see me. I got a face for radio, but hand up right now. It's earnings related. So it is earnings related. And they announced a direct offering. Okay, so that's basically what it is there. So not as much a buyout, but actually a mix of earnings. But also, they announced a $120 million registered direct offering. Normally, when that happens, typically the stock tanks. So I guess the earnings report on top of that ended up leading to a bigger pop, bigger reaction overall. Looks like the EPS even missed. So I don't know, maybe they announced guidance on top, whatever it could be. But at least, yeah, for now, we're not going to put our eyes on this ITOS here for the afternoon. We got LIDR still going. It's at 235, still holding over my support line for the time being. 225 is that line, though. So just keep that in mind there. 225, that LIDR trade's got to hold over. See on the bottom right here. CDNA, INSG. Now, earlier today, Fausto had a great call out on Groupon, pushed up pretty nicely from the morning session, kept going. Looks like this just kept moving on up across the afternoon, even just up until recent. Bounced back down here towards 1350. So I'm assuming this is earnings related. I'm not going to pull up the news for every stock, folks, but just going to take a look here one last time. Yeah, better than expected Q1 revenue beat mainly. So led to a good reaction. Just with this last drop, I'm not as inclined to put it on our list here, but maybe I'll come back to it just at the end, like if you want me to. See if there's anything else moving better. Maybe this ADMA, it's still kind of sticking near the highs, kind of pulling back recently a bit there, but just broke a new high a moment ago. So I'll come back to this as well. Groupon, ADMA, check back in on SLI. I think Fausto had called this one out too. A little pop earlier today, cheapy stock. Ended up just finishing up though, right around reversal time. This was a little disappointing. I was looking to see this flip 570 into support, moved up to it. It pulled back, and that's when I called it out. I'm like, okay, if it can keep nipping this price, perhaps it could lead to that better flip, and just ended up just kept dropping. So, you know, that just became like kind of like a setup that went the other way. Mike saying TradeStation did not have any shares for Groupon to short. Well, let me follow that on the way up if we do follow that. So hopefully that could bounce and move up higher. Remember what happened at GameStop yesterday? That was actually after meeting here. We saw it move up. It's like you don't want to try and short that as it's trending up, right? That would have ripped your face off. All right. Anything else looking good on the gainer side? Not much else that I see, at least here. We're kind of below 5% already at this stage. So, we'll go back to the ADMA. We'll go back to Groupon at the end. MGNX, we had on our pre-market list early. I saw this down big. This actually is shortable on TradeStation. It has been a good short throughout the entire day. Um, hey, as much as I just said, you don't want to short a stock as it's trending up at the highs at this time of the day. You would say the same as far as like trying to buy a stock as it's dropping. Um, I'd follow the direction down here first. This could even be all-time lows. So with there being no historical support, then you should absolutely focus on the short here. But that's where I say, but it's not all-time lows. Looks like back from $2.13 there, 213 I saw there, a little bottom back in 2022. But the thing is this, right? This stock is down so much percentage-wise today that you'd feel like the shorts will look to take their profits and cover, right? So, hey, normally, Mike, for a stock that's up like 200%, well, normally those stocks you can't short, right? If they are shortable, then those are actually ones I'll be more prone to even think about shorting if it makes lower high, lower low. Here, we're going to follow the direction down first, but if this ends up failing, then this could be a good dead cat bounce. MGNX. Oh my God, my handwriting is so bad. Thankfully, you can't see this. But yeah, let's see what else we could work with. Yeah, LIDR is a poppity poppin'. Oh yeah, that's a halt too, baby. All right, there we go, Rich. Let's post that alert up inside our live trading room. Boom, right there. Is anyone in on this LIDR with us here? And from 215 right now, we were looking at this off of really kind of this area here, which was like 205, $2. And I just caught it a tad late as it was pushing off of it. So Patrick, you got John, Lorene, sadly, that's all right. That's all right. You got plenty of other opportunities. If not on this stock, then, that MGNX, right? Matt, Patrick. There we go. Very nice. Cool. Very nice trade from a few of us here. Just post the heat map trade there, Rich, if you can as well. The book map for this stock. But we'll keep going, though. EVLV. Just kind of keep finishing up our list now. Now that LIDR stock got halted, it'll reopen up in 5 minutes. Or now, I'd say less than 5 minutes. So we'll keep our eye on the time here. 2:42. We'll probably jump back to that. All right. Anything else looking good here, folks? Let me know. The stock actually looks like it's up percentage-wise looking at this like naked chart, but you could tell it's down 25%. Just go back to the after hours. This thing got crushed. Anything else looking good, folks, here? You got Riot down 9%. CLSK was a great short today. Fausto hit that head on right off the right near the top, and he did that with great reason, with there being a pretty big iceberg order stacking up on the ask. Like he had a couple of them at the time, and ended up just taking a nice trade, set his seatbelt on tight, meaning you set his stop right above that level. Nice drop. So from there, yeah, just kept going, right? And for right now, we'll check in on Riot, looking even weaker, I'd say. So, maybe even more so follow Riot than CLSK on the way down. No problem, Matt. No problem at all. I appreciate you bringing that up, actually, because we teach that, all throughout our curriculum. Fausto and I, definitely do that in phase 3. Really trading live in front of you folks. But there's a class I teach in phase 2. It's called, just how to trade halts, right? And we went over that just even back in February, and I believe coming up this month for the month of May, we'll be actually redoing that class again live. So very good segue there, Matt, as well. Very nice. Thank you. So, if anything else is looking good, folks, on the way up, on the way down, let me know. Check out Unity. You not looking too good as far as overall strength, meaning it's a good short to work with. It's looking pretty, strong on the way down, if anything. So, yeah, I'll add you, not me, but you, to our watch list, and see, I think that's pretty much it, at least from the loser side. So if there's anything else on the way up, let me know. We'll take one last look at that ADMA, one last look at Groupon. Probably have some support, I'd say, around here, right? Pretty much where it's at right now. You got the VWAP there too, big volume level 1330. I'd look for a bounce here on this Groupon trade. You know what? I'm going to slip this Groupon on our list here at this point, seeing if it could bounce from this area. GRPN. I can barely read my own handwriting. All right. So, folks, I think that we're going to call it, at least with that in mind. We got the LIDR, as we had said, T2. I'll check out that T2 trade really fast. Up 20%. If you look at this chart, looks pretty spotty. Points of inactivity, which I'm not a fan of, but it does have a tight spread for the time being. It's at the highs. It's hard for me to ignore this trade. This is the T2 trade. TTOO. I think my 6-year-old niece Hannah has better handwriting than I do right now. All right. So Patrick saying, when is LIDR supposed to open? I don't see it on the scanner. It should be coming up. One order of LIDR on the way. You got about a few more seconds before this reopens up. Let's actually time it here for all of us collectively. Should be in about 30 seconds, actually. 30 seconds, a little less than that right now. So, a little sign off for all of us on social media. If you're interested in continuing this trade and following us on this trade here heading into the afternoon or going forward for the next week, just scan that QR code popping up on the top left of the stream. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend. We hope you have a great Mother's Day weekend. We'll catch back with all of us on YouTube coming up on Monday. But again, if you're interested in joining us going forward for the remainder of this afternoon for next week entirely in our trading room, just scan that QR code with your phone, with your camera. Then otherwise, again, hey, LIDR, bam, just reopened up right now. I am getting the hell out of this thing. Just getting the hell out of this thing right now. Just Hakuna Matata. See ya. Take the money and run. If it keeps pushing up, I will try and jump back in, but you can never go broke taking a profit, especially for a Friday. With that said, folks, enjoy the weekend. We'll catch back with everyone on Monday on YouTube, and then otherwise, I'll come back on the mic in just about 15 or 20 minutes for all of us inside our trading room. Take